Another question is, are you natural? Am I taking tren or test, or am I natural? Honestly, all right, YouTube fam, a little bit of a different video today. So I'm going to be going over, it's going to be a Q&A. You guys asked questions and I wanted to go over all of them. So I actually wrote them down. I'll try to put them on the screen so you guys can see them as well. The first question reads, so I work overnights and sometimes pull 16-hour shifts from 3 p.m. to 7 a.m. in the hospital. How does one stay on track with diet on an unusual schedule? And how do I stay motivated to go work out after a 16-hour shift? Mind you, I do sleep and wake up at 4 p.m., but sometimes don't have the strength to go to the gym mentally/physically. All right, so first of all, appreciate you for what you do, number one. Now, with the schedule like 3 p.m. to 7 a.m., you literally just eat as if it's 7 a.m. to 11 p.m., right? So breakfast as soon as you get up. So if you work 3 p.m. to 7 p.m., you probably get up at like 2 p.m. You eat at 2 p.m., then you have your next meal at about 6 p.m. Your next meal is going to be at like 9 p.m. Your snack is going to be at like 12 a.m. Other snacks going to be at like 4 a.m. So you eat the same, right? Now, as far as staying on track with that, yeah, just stay within your calorie parameters, especially if you're in a deficit, and that should help for sure. But eating at night is not a bad thing if you work overnight. Eating at night is only a bad thing if you're like binging at night and you don't work at night, right? If you wake up in the middle of the night and eat a bunch of gummies or like ice cream, that's the only time eating at night is bad. Now, as far as like going to the gym and working out, just try to aim for 3 workouts per week, right? Because with such a busy schedule, sleep is also a priority, right? So I don't want you to cut into your sleep significantly in order to get a workout in. So I would aim for 3 workouts per week, primarily on your off days. So if you have 3 off days, just work out on those days, go really hard, and then you should be good to go. And then once you build up that momentum, you'll get more motivated mentally. You'll be like, oh, I'm actually doing what I need to do, right? Because if you aim for 6 days and you're working these 16-hour shifts, then if you hit 3 days, but you aim for 6 days, you're going to feel discouraged because you're not hitting the amount of days you need to. When I have clients who work these crazy shifts, because I do have a client who works two 16s on the weekends, but she was working 80 hours initially. So she doesn't work out on her off days. When she was working 80 hours, she was working 5 days a week, right? 5 16s throughout the week. So she would only work out on her off days. Now that she's doing Saturday and Sunday, she only works out, 3 days during the week. I still give her some off days during the week. So it's not about working out more. It's about working out enough for your results, but also in a sustainable way that actually works for your schedule. All right. Next question. I'm 16% body fat, 123 pounds, and 170 centimeters tall. I want to get to around 11 to 12% as fast as possible. How can I achieve that? My plan is to eat around 400 calories. So for you, what I would say is, since you have such a low amount of muscle mass right now, I would definitely recommend body recomposition. So eat at maintenance, and 1,400 calories is way too low. Eat at maintenance, so it's probably going to be for you around at least 2,200 calories. And then eat high protein, build some muscle. And while you're building muscle, you might actually lose body fat, right? So make sure you're focusing on strength training. Like I said, eat high protein, eat at maintenance. Do not go on a cut at such a low weight, right? Next question, how much fiber do you aim for? So for fiber, I always aim for at least 30 grams, right? And this is one of the reasons that me, and you'll see other creators say it too, we always aim for whole foods. Eat more whole foods, because when you eat whole foods, you eat more fruits, more vegetables, you're going to automatically hit your fiber every single day, right? You're going to automatically hit it. But if you're trying to fit things into your macros like Pop-Tarts and shit, you're not going to ever hit your fiber, right? So foods high in fibers, all berries have high fiber. Almost all vegetables have high fiber. You got English muffins, the high fiber ones. You got high fiber wraps, sweet potatoes, things like that. Next question is, I work out 5 days a week at the gym. I'm not seeing much of a difference. What do you recommend for stubborn back fat and tricep fat exercise nutrition? Do you recommend taking creatine as a woman, and when do you recommend it? What are your top 3 exercises you recommend to someone who can't access the gym to do to shed some fat for the summer? All right, so you're not seeing much of a difference. Your nutrition is you're probably not in a calorie deficit, and you're probably not eating high protein if you're not seeing a difference, because 5 days in the gym is more than enough to see a difference. Another thing I would say is your intensity in the gym could also be off, right? So it's probably a combination of both of those factors. What do you recommend for stubborn back fat and tricep fat? Any fat that's stubborn is just because you haven't been in a calorie deficit for long enough to lose the fat there. So you just have to continue in a calorie deficit. That's number one. So your nutrition is definitely what you need to work on. Do you recommend taking creatine as a woman? You could take it. You could take it if you want to, if you're like trying to gain muscle. It's just going to increase, like, honestly, like water retention in your cells. You'll get a little bit more muscle. You'll gain a little bit more muscle. That's what studies show. And then also you'll gain a little bit of strength as well. What are my top 3 exercises for someone who can't access the gym? So I do like 4 workouts for people who can't access the gym. The best 3 exercises they usually do is like just squats, on the knee push-ups, and then I really like planks, and I like burpees as well. Another question is, are you natural? Are you natural? Am I taking tren or test, or am I natural? Yeah, I'm 100% natural, guys. In real life, if you see me, you'd be like, oh yeah, he's pretty small, right? Because at 6'1", I'm like, what, 183? Yeah, I'm 100% natural. Most of the progress I've ever made in the gym was just from consistency. You'll notice that if you're just like consistent, that you'll make a lot of progress as far as strength. And another thing is like if you're 15% body fat, you're gonna look pretty natty. It's when you get down to like 10 that people start questioning you. Like once I went from 193 to 183, people were like, oh my gosh, what are you taking? And I get so many questions now every time I go to the gym. Last question for this round. I used to work out and hoop religiously. It was very important to me. Residency is honestly busting my ass. No diddy. It may be the never-ending cortisol stress as much as the terrible hours. Lifestyle, what recommendation would you make to find a way to manage rebuilding my body in the setting of that long-term stress and terrible lifestyle? Should I just fold till I'm out of residency? So here's the thing. A lot of people in nursing school and also residency. Now, I know you've seen some fit doctors in school, right? And they obviously have a lot of discipline. So I would say definitely increase the discipline, but you also want to make sure that you make a plan that's sustainable for you. So since you like to hoop religiously, that's going to be good stress relief. I would say do that at least twice a week, and then work out on your 2 least busy days. So lift weights on your 2 least busy days. And then 2 other days, just go hooping, right? And then also, right now, like I know you're like you said, you're super busy. You still control everything that you put into your body, right? Everything that you eat, you still control everything that you eat. So if you're gaining a lot of fat and you're eating really bad foods, it's because you're eating really bad food. So you can control that. I don't care how busy you are, right? You still have the option of eating healthy. So clean up the nutrition, and like I said, lift weights 2 days a week, and then hoop 2 days a week, and you should totally be fine, right? That'll relieve a lot of stress just hooping, because you said you love hooping. So if you get back to that, you're gonna definitely relieve a lot of stress. But then if you also start lifting weights, you'll see more results. And if you clean up your nutrition, you'll see results. Because I see a lot of people in nursing school and residency, they're like, yeah, I'll just clean up once I get out. Once you get out, it gets worse, because then you got the pharmaceutical reps coming in, and everyone else around you has bad habits. Like it's not as easy as people think it is when you get out, because you're already building bad habits right now.